What is going on, Lego investors? So today we're going to go over about selling locally. So I know a bunch of you have been requesting that I make a video on how I sell my Lego items in person because I do not sell online, I only sell local. So just a little backstory. I had a great and wonderful life, great job, had money in the bank, had retirement, all of the above. Did things perfectly, followed everything correctly. But then I got into an accident which wasn't my fault, FYI. And then I caught COVID, and unfortunately, COVID gave me a disease that will stay with me for the rest of my life, and pretty much all of the above was ripped away. So I needed to start earning additional money. So I figured I would make books on Amazon with Amazon KDP. I would do stocks and dividends, earn money that way. And then I would also sell things on eBay. Yeah, it's kind of odd. I have a separate eBay business, but I do not list my Lego on there. With Lego and trading cards, it's just extremely risky to put them up online, in my opinion. I know a lot of you have said that you've never ran into any problems, but having my other side business on eBay, I've been scammed a few times, and you should really do your thorough research because you're going to see a lot of people say on here like, oh, it's impossible to get scammed, just send pictures, have videos of you opening up product, blah, blah, blah. eBay will side with you. That is entirely false. Some of you might have gotten lucky, but if a person chooses the item not as described when filing a dispute, eBay will side with them no matter what, unless they put in like the messages that they are scamming you or solid proof like that. But generally, about 99% of the time, if they put item as not as described, eBay will side with them. That's just how it goes. It's happened to me. Even if you put in the description exactly what's wrong with the item, and then they say that they weren't aware of that maybe manufacturer flaw or whatever it may be, eBay will still side with them. It has happened to me. I have proof. And I just think with Lego and trading cards in general, it's too risky. I know a ton of people who have been scammed. At my point in time in life, I cannot afford to be scammed and I cannot afford to lose that product. So I just deal with it locally and it's been working well for me. It's a nice side hustle. It keeps me busy, keeps me active, especially with that disease that I have, and it helps pay for medication. So that is why I sell locally and not online. And yes, I do know that if I want to take my business to the next level, I need to sell online. I understand that. That will happen one day, but when I'm in a situation when I can absorb those losses, that's when I'll do it. So when you are selling online, the number one best place to sell and list is Facebook Marketplace. So if you're new to Lego investing and you're wondering how to get set up, just create a Facebook account. It's free. And then you just start listing away. I'm not going to sign into my Facebook Marketplace. Maybe one day I'll create one new and go through the whole process. But generally, once you log in and choose the Facebook Marketplace option, which is just a tab at the top on your phone, it generally looks something like this. You just hit create new listing, you upload a few photos, you set the price, location, you fill out a description, and that is it. You just keep it up, and then you receive messages of offers. Facebook is by far the number one best place to list. If you were to only sell on Facebook, you would be fine. There's really only one other place that I will sell, and that is OfferUp. But only a few sales will happen with OfferUp. Facebook Marketplace is just, it's popping. There's so many people. It's just a win-win. But having a second option with OfferUp is a better solution. You want to get your items out there the best way you can. So Facebook and OfferUp are a great way to list your items. But OfferUp, you're only going to get a few nibbles here and there, a sale every so often. Facebook, you'll receive a ton of messages and hopefully get a lot of sales every week. So you have to be aware that people are out there hustling. You're trying to earn some money and they're also trying to earn some money. I want to say I get messaged by investors more than I do that for personal buyers. You'll see people hit you, let's say you have an item listed for $100 and that's the going market rate for it. It's selling on Amazon, eBay, all of the above for $100. You will get offers out there for $40 and $50. And if you look at those people's profiles, you'll see that they're selling Pokemon cards, Lego, all of the above, and they're going to try and resell your items. So just try to maybe put in your description that you're not going to trade, you're only going to deal with cash or whatever payment you prefer. I prefer cash. I do not like using digital money. There's scams with cash. I know that. But generally, I do not want to have an option where somebody can go to some kind of service and say that they were scammed, and then you get a pullback of that money. I prefer cash. Cash has really never failed me. There's ways to prevent being scammed. There are markers. There are a whole bunch of variety of options that you can use to verify that the money is real. And oftentimes, I mean, this probably within the last month, I've had 3 deals that have dealt with over $1,000. And you want to bust out one of those markers from Amazon that check if a bill is fake. Because if you're handed all 100, and I just tell the people, just be like, no offense, but I got to check these. And usually they'll be fine. If they have an issue with it, I won't sell to them. So when you are selling, just be prepared. You have to have a game plan. You're going to get flooded with messages. You're going to be swatting away people left and right. And that's just part of the business. You're unfortunately going to have to put that time in and have to deal with those kinds of offers. I get offers all the time, just ridiculously low. Parents that just don't know what they're making an offer on. And then investors trying to score a deal. So I typically just have responses copied and pasted, and I just paste it directly in there, kind of answering a bunch of questions at once, telling them that I'm firm on price, I've got multiple available, the pickup location is X, Y, and Z, cash only, and times that I can meet. I just copy and paste it, just speeds things along, so that's how that goes. Next up is the location. You need to have a safe spot when dealing with selling item, because you are going to get freaks out there, you're going to get deceitful people, hustlers, people that want to scam you, rob you. These are the unfortunate things that you have to deal with in life. So the best and only way that you can help protect yourself is say that you will meet at a police department. Almost every police department has a dedicated online pickup zone. It could be in the lobby of the police station or outside in the parking lots. Either way, I would not recommend selling anywhere else other than a police station, because you'll see the shady ones that want to pull a fast one on you. The second that you mention a police department, they'll go quiet, or they'll say, oh, how about we meet up down the block at this location? Just say, no, my pickup spot is this spot. If you want this item, you're going to have to meet me there. And that I've really had no real problems with it. But like I said, you'll get the ones where they'll ghost you after you say that. They'll kind of argue with you, saying if they can meet up in a different location. Do not compromise. Do not meet down the block. That is the safest way to do that. But unfortunately, there's always still is some risk with doing this. You need to be aware of that, and you just need to do your due diligence. If you got a significant other, tell your significant other where you're going, what time you're making these sales. And again, only meet at the police station. Don't meet at a Target parking lot. Don't meet at a Walmart parking lot. Don't meet when it's nighttime. You have the item that people want. If you miss out on making a sale because someone has a problem where you want to meet during the day instead of at night, I am all for that. That's no problem to me. I will lose that customer all day long for my safety. I have no issues missing out when dealing with my safety, and you should really focus on that. So now the next part, how do I go about selling my items? So I've already said my number one spot is Facebook Marketplace, but let's say that I've got some sets that I want to sell, and we'll look at Lord of the Rings because I absolutely love Lord of the Rings. So you want to search up the prices on Amazon, you want to check the prices on eBay, you want to check the prices on Marketplace. Do your own search of what the going rate for these sets are, because if you mark them too high or list them too high, then people are going to choose the lower prices and you'll sit for a very long time. You have to make it competitive. So if everyone has theirs listed on Marketplace for $23.43, I will list mine for $20. I will undercut everyone, and I do not care if it hurts the hobby, it hurts me in the future, whatever it is. I want that sale before someone else. I dominate my area because I'm willing to take those losses compared to other individuals. And you'll see those other individuals, they'll keep their prices at $23.43 even if the market turns on them and the new official listing becomes a value of, let's say, $15. They'll keep it there. And you'll see these are the ones that end up hopping out of the Lego investing market, Lego selling market, and then I pick up their items at a discount or they sell to someone else. You have to be flexible and you have to be smarter than the next person because I want that sale. I don't want that sale to go to anyone else. And when I say I dominate my area, it's not like I'm trying to intentionally keep people out. It's just I offer great prices and I have a huge amount of inventory and my prices are generally lower than everyone else. So I typically move a lot more items compared to other people. And I'm happy missing out on some profits. That's just how it goes. That works for me. It might not work for you. You need to develop a system for yourself, but you also have to deal with the losses with Lego. So let's say that you have some Gandalf the Grey and the Balrogs. The value is maybe let's say the going rate on Facebook Marketplace is $19.99. That's what they're selling for, and you bought them for $19.99. So this is sort of what I do, and I think you'll catch the gist of it, but you need to get smart in your listings. You need to maybe offer another listing with this Gandalf the Grey and Balrog at maybe a discount on the other item that has a profit. So when you sell both of these, you break even on the Gandalf the Grey, you earn a few bucks on the Aragorn and Arwen, and you walk away instead of just keeping that item. Sometimes you might have to take a loss. That's just what happens with investing. But let's say I had a Gandalf the Grey and let's say they haven't sold for a whole year. 1 year I have made 0 sales. I will liquidate that probably for retail. For example, the Gandalf the Greys and Balrogs will be going for a market value of $40. I haven't sold any, and it doesn't look like I'm going to sell any. I will sell a batch of 5, 10, or however many for retail and let some bulk seller scoop them up for me. I might lose a few bucks. I'm fine with that. Or I might break even. I'm also fine with that. You have to get clever in your ways of selling. You need to do your analysis. And one way that I like to list on Facebook Marketplace is I'll list them individually. I'll list them in bulk. Maybe someone wants to buy 5. I'll cut them a deal. The individual one's going to be sold for a lot higher price. The 5 will be sold at a discount. If I do 10, that will be sold at an even deeper discount. And then I'll group maybe all 3 of these together, do a package deal. So technically, I will probably have about 5 listings for one set in some form of fashion. And I find that works better for me because I'm not sure if anyone knows this. There's a lot of theories out there, but you have to figure out the algorithm. And what I see is the more listings that I have, you'll see that algorithm hit those listings every so often at different increments. So I tend to make sales 1 month. The next month I might do a different Lego set, and then the following month after that, it might do the bulk 5 Gandalf the Grey and Balrogs. And then it might do 2 months later, it might list all 3 of these. And you could tell it's an algorithm because when that hits you, when it cycles through, I'll get a ton of messages at the same time. That's how I know there's the algorithm's working for you. And generally, I find that if you have more listings like the way that I do, there's a bigger chance that someone's going to select your viewing, and then they'll probably look at my profile and see that I'm selling them for individually, or maybe if the bulk buyer sees that I have it for 5 or 10. That just works for me. If you want to do it differently, find a system that works for you. But really, it is that simple. You create a Facebook Marketplace, you list it, you set the location, you set the terms and condition, you create some listings, and you start selling. The unfortunate side to me when you do sell in person only is the time factor. You can only meet people at certain times. You have to make a drive to the police station. So that's just something that you have to be aware of. But I don't mind driving to the police station. I find it not a hassle at all. And once you start building your inventory, and let's just say you have you have all of these listed, you are going to start making big sales in regards to a parent buying for their children. They'll pick up a Frodo and Gollum, Gandalf the Grey and Balrog, Pirate Ship Ambush, and Battle at the Black Gate. And they'll offer you a certain amount of money. You take the discount, or I should say you apply the discount, and then you have a big sale, $800 in one day. A profit on that might be $200 to $300 depending on how you play your cards right, but it is literally that simple of selling in person. Oh, and for the people out there that think, oh, I'm going to start listing on Craigslist, do not list on Craigslist. Craigslist is a terrible, terrible place now. Back in like the early 2000s, it was great. It was probably the only way to sell locally. But now it is just flooded with people from India trying to scam you, trying to get your information, steal your identity. So just don't even bother with Craigslist. Honestly, Facebook Marketplace is enough, and then OfferUp. And the same things apply for OfferUp. You create the account, it's free, you take pictures of it, you post your price, you give it a description, and then you just wait for the messages to roll in. So far today on Saturday, which is when I'm making this video, I've received a total of 8 messages in regards to people talking about buying my item. I might walk away with 2 or 3 depending on how the day goes, or I'll walk away with 1. It really is just, it's a time effort. You're not going to get rich off of this. This is side hustle money right now, and you have to be able to put in the time, and you have to take the risk. I always say Lego investing is risky, but it can pay off as long as you have realistic expectations. So the last part that I'm going to say is the realistic expectations is you need to get the thought that you're going to earn $50 to $100 profit on a Lego set. Those days are long gone. That could happen before 2016. But a lot has changed. The market has changed. The economy has changed. You have to have a realistic expectation that, hey, a $20 profit is pretty solid. Anything beyond that is just gravy. I think that will probably help you out the best, because once you come to terms with that, you could really start making some money. But selling in person is a lot more effort than selling online. But like I said, I'm not going to take that risk right now. I will one day when I get better situated. So yeah, it's that simple. That's how I sell online. And I'll make some follow-up videos on some sales that I do. I know I haven't really been making a whole lot of those videos lately, but I'll get back to those. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day. But as always, please do your own research, have some fun, make some money.
Video is not financial advice. Any statements made are my views and is for entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Do your own research before making any financial investments.